Now, I know this is like two anime videos in like 2 days, but I had to get this off my chest. Uh, I just finished all 12 episodes of the anime Sonny Boy. Now, unlike the recent series I've seen, this took quite a while. I think I started like a month ago, maybe 3 weeks ago, and it's if you're gonna binge it, like it's totally possible, but like I wouldn't recommend it. It's that kind of show where you want to take things in slowly and go over go over each episode after you finished it, and so that's what I did. Now, Sunny Boy, I first came to know Sunny Boy because I watched the new anime chart for the 2021 season, and the description wrote a class full of students are transferred into a different world, so it's technically a isekai, and they are given new powers. And so, hearing that description, you might think, oh, this is like a, you know, battle or like power fantasy shit isekai, but that's not the case. It's a completely different experience. So it is true that the start, literally in the first episode, before anything happens, they are literally transferred into a different world, a different dimension. I think the word they used is stranded. At least that's what the um, translation I think it is. I watched it in Korean subtitles, so sorry. But this other dimension is completely void of any other human being or any like, intelligent life. It's just them. And it's not that they themselves are transported, the entire school did. And so you have this giant school just in the middle of nowhere, and the kids are given powers. Now, there aren't like, Avengers, some kind of Marvel movie type power where you get a hammer and you can shoot lightning out of it. It's it's a very wide variety of range of how useful it is. Sometimes it's like really dumb, but sometimes it's literally groundbreaking. And so these kids, their initial um, destination, you could say, or initial goal is to find a way back to their original world, which, if you're stranded like them, I would also want to go back. But as times go on, and it doesn't look like they can even find a way to go back, um, they just sort of stay in this different dimension. Now, I can't even try to explain the plot of Sunny Boy. You just have to watch it and experience yourself. Each episode you click to see opens up a totally different box of Pandora. Like, one episode is totally different to the other, but it makes sense because the the real soul, the real point of a character-driven story is character development. And character development happens when characters face certain situations. Now, what Sunny Boy feels like is this wide variety of characters, normally focusing on like three or four, but still a wide variety of characters being put in different situations in each episode, and each situation is totally different from the other. and some of them will like you can't even comprehend it. You just have to sit there and watch. Uh, it is an amazing feeling, I could say. It's not, euphoric. You just sit there in front of your screen, and do you ever get that feeling when you wake up in the middle of night, maybe like at 3 a.m., and you just get up from your bed and like everything around you is silent and black, but you know that the world isn't silent and black. It's that exact frame of emotion that you get seeing through the entire show. And it is certainly an experience. I don't really know how to put it into words, but if you like that, want to try it out, I definitely recommend Sonny Boy. In terms of animation, which isn't really the biggest point here, but it was done by Studio Madhouse, so the quality guarantee is there, and sure enough, um, you will see some moments where the animation might not be as perfect as you want it to be, and even though the artistic style that they chose for this show doesn't require like very accurate, very flashy animation, you know, you kind of see where some places where it could have been better if they kind of more cleaned it up a little bit, but not complaining. The use of color and world design is phenomenal. I'm pretty sure this is an anime original, and I give total props to the writers for thinking this shit up. Like, one episode is just all about invisible monkeys playing baseball. And in the next episode, people are trapped in a curtain. That's just Sunny Boy. That just happens. And to just give a conclusion, uh, in the end, not everyone chooses to go back to their original world. There is a big plot point about how they're copied and they're not the real them, but that's whatever you interpret it as yourselves. And these kids that are stranded are kids. They're as a teenager. I feel like they're me. That could be me. And you sort of imagine what would I do if I were them? Because there are a lot of kids, and you could easily be any one of them. And it sort of just makes you reflect on what would I do and how would I fit into this world that they have thrown at me. In the end, I would have to say Sunny Boy became one of the best anime I've ever watched. It is certainly an experience, but one I can't really comprehend into words. I definitely hope you check it out. And the conclusion, it's not satisfactory, but you can't really get a satisfactory ending with this kind of show. It is an ending, and that's more than I wish for. So, no sequel, no anything else, I'm pretty sure, but it is an amazing show. I hope you like it as much as I do.